Okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys about the cane challenge. I mentioned it like a week and a half ago, and I wanted to explain because there was a lot of questions. So when I first started with polymer clay, maybe almost 2 years ago, a couple months after that, someone did a cane challenge in another group, and I was not familiar with canes at all. And after watching a couple days of it, I really got inspired to try it. So before that, I had only ever made these canes, a simple blended with a jelly roll that didn't quite in the center of the flower that didn't quite work out to be a jelly roll, right? It doesn't look like a real spiral, does it? And then I made these leaves from a blended roll. Those were the first three canes I ever made. And they're 3D, and I just cut the blended rolls and put the circles down to make flowers. That was all I had ever done. So I started with, they were doing a 1 a day cane challenge. Now, if you work, 1 cane a day is a lot. So, like she said, you could get ahead. So on the weekends, I would make 5 canes because I had to get it done to keep up. So I'm thinking if we do one, maybe we do one a week because I think that's more manageable. Okay, so we started that. This is the project well, not the project, but the canes that I used from that first cane challenge I ever did before I started making videos. So we have kind of like a blended jelly roll type thing. It just doesn't have a backing. We have a jelly roll. We have a stacked cane. We have a fan fold cane. Very simple canes. Those are canes, okay? Those will count. So what I did is I made all of those canes and then I put them together to make a kaleidoscope. And obviously this kaleidoscope does not look great, but I struggle with kaleidoscopes even to this day. So those were my first 4 or 5 days of canes that I made. And I was like, okay, I'm getting the basics down. I got the blended roll. I got the jelly roll. I got a bullseye cane. I can do a stacked cane. I can do the fan fold. I can do those. Okay. So now what do I want to do? And there's leaves and flowers and kaleidoscopes and there's all different, you can make animals and fish and scenery. There's all kinds of canes. And they are challenging. It's not an easy thing. You do have to start with the basics. You can't just expect to make this beautiful 10-part flower the first time you do it. And if you do that, you're going to get really discouraged. You need to start with the jelly roll, the bullseye, the stacked cane, fan folding. You got to start with the basics, and then you take those basics and you begin to manipulate them in ways to form different things. I mean, half the time when I make a flower, I either start with a blended roll, not really a jelly roll, but a fan fold cane. And then we manipulate it in ways to make a flower. Okay. My first video was during that cane challenge. I watched a couple tutorials on the roses. It wasn't quite working for me, so I took what I watched and I made my own. And then I was like, you know what? I was so thrilled when I cut it. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to record how I did it just because I'm struggling so bad. Maybe someone else will be able to do it. And that's where my videos started. Now, like I said, I think if we do the cane challenge, I want to do in the spring when I'm kind of more inspired by the blooming flowers and stuff. So it's February. It's almost Friday will be Valentine's Day. So I'm thinking, maybe April-ish. I'm thinking one a week, but I don't know how long we're going to do it for. So what I'll do is on my Facebook page with you guys, I will post a survey type thing to see how often do you want to make a cane? Is it one a week, one every 3 days? We can figure it out how long we want to run it. Just 1 month and make 4? Do we want to make 8 in 2 months? So we'll figure that out. But I also wanted to talk about what you're doing. So I'm not making a video and everybody's doing that same flower and then just showing that flower. That's not the whole point of it. The whole point of a cane challenge is to, one, get inspired, maybe by color combinations. It could be the worst looking cane, but someone could see 2 colors and go, wow, I love those colors together. I want to use that, right? Who cares? To be inspired by color, shapes, to get inspired to actually try it, it's about sharing and communicating and sharing the love, and I really built my confidence, I felt like. So it might build your confidence. And just about kind of posting and reacting as a community together. We're a whole big family, I feel like. And sharing will kind of be fun. So that's one thing. Now, how you're going to go about doing this is up to you. If you are not an experienced cane maker, we'll start with the basics. Start with the basics. Start with the jelly roll. There's cane one. Done. Post a picture of it. Great. Done. Start with it. Next time, do a stacked cane. Okay, there's cane two. There's your two canes. And as the more you progress, the more you'll get comfortable. You'll get practice in reducing. You'll get practice if you're going to do flowers and leaves and stuff and backfilling. You're going to get all kinds of practice. And even if you think it's bad, it's probably not as bad as you think. We're all our own worst critics, so don't judge yourself too bad. Feel comfortable to share. My group is pretty decent. I mean, I don't think we have any a-holes on there. So, they're all pretty friendly. So say you can't make a cane by yourself. That's fine. I'm not telling you to invent your own canes. You can watch tutorials and follow them. I have tons of flowers on there. You can watch those. Those, again, I would not do those if you've never done the basics. If you haven't done a blended roll or a jelly roll or a stacked, again, I'm going to keep saying that. If you've never done them, don't start with a leaf or a flower. Don't start with a scenery. Don't start with an animal until you've done more basic things. Okay? You have to know the premises of how it's working, how to reduce it, to be able to get your image to show up correctly. I think before we do this, I will post videos of the blended roll, jelly roll, bullseye cane, stacked cane, stuff like that. So that way you guys do know the basics, but you could copy them in the, for the cane challenge and post a picture of those. There's tons of videos out there on the basic cane making. There's tons of complex canes if you're better at it. There's tons of kaleidoscope canes. So yes, if you can't create your own flower or something, whatever you want to do, that's okay. Watch a tutorial. I'm okay with that. Watch a tutorial. As if you say you follow a tutorial, I would like if you posted, hey, this is my interpretation of the flower made by Jessima Tutorials, or made by, Kaliana, or I don't know, made by Turtle Bead Soup. You know what I mean? Just post where it is, because someone might see that and go, ooh, I really like that. I want to make that, but I don't know how. And at least they can kind of go search Turtle Bead Soup and find that cane and make that cane. So that's what I would say when you post your picture, if you're following someone else's or if you're doing a rendition off of someone else's, that people you think would want to do, post where you were inspired from. I mean, again, you can watch some of my old ones too. There's tons of creators out there that have made cool canes. So just kind of hint back to where you got that from. Not saying you need to post a link, because people ask for links probably 50 times a day. It is a pain in the ass to go, okay, where did I find this? Boop, boop, boop. Okay, is it on YouTube? Yep, okay. Okay, there, copy, paste, put the link. You know what I mean? Just search Turtle Bead Soup. On videos, when you're watching a video on YouTube and the video's playing up here, right below will have the person's name. If you click on the person's name or search Turtle Bead Soup and click on her name, up at the top there's things like about or overview, videos, community. Click on videos. Every video that creator's made, like if you were to watch one of my videos and below the video, when it's not maximized, minimize it, click on my name. Up at the top there's different things, about, overview, community. Click on videos. Every single one of my videos, from Polymer Clay Pendant 1 to Polymer Clay Cane 1, will pop up. So if someone says, I learned this from Turtle Bead Soup, just type in Turtle Bead Soup and go find it. I think people have gotten quite lazy, I have to say, because I'll say, hey, I got this on Etsy. Well, where do you get all your bales? That exact bale, I get it on Etsy. Like, I'm not going to go searching through 2 years worth of products to find a link. I'm sorry. When people ask you 50 times a day, it is like a lot to do. And this is not my paid job. So when I do work 10 to 12 hours in 4 days, I get about, 40, 42 hours in 4 days. It's a lot to do that every day. It's one thing on the weekend. It's another thing during the week. So just search. It's not that hard to go on Etsy, YouTube. There's Etsy tutorials, paid tutorials you can get on Etsy. There's all kinds of things. There's picture on how to do canes. There's pictures like on Pinterest and stuff where you have the steps and like pictures. You can go on there, Google things, So that's kind of my thing about the cane challenge. What's fun is I think someone told me, now I'm not in this person's group anymore, the one I did the cane challenge on. She told me since I became a creator, I probably shouldn't be on her group. Since then, I don't watch any YouTube videos, so I'm not like you're copying type thing. Just because we all make a leaf or a flower or something, someone thinks you're copying. So she told me I shouldn't be on her page, so I'm not going to be. But someone did tell me about a week after I posted to do the cane challenge, she said she was asking if they wanted to do it. So what's cool, I think, she may not think this, but I think, is that if I do a cane challenge, roughly around the time she's doing a cane challenge, you could post in both groups. Why not? Share the love. It's art. It's fun, and that's the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun. So, and the thing is, too, with participation, say we're doing one a week and we want to post every Sunday. Say Sunday, that it gives us the weekend to work, right? No one is holding you accountable. It is okay if something comes up and on week 2 you can't get a cane done. It is okay. If you can do, say we say we're going to do 8 canes. Well, if you can only manage with the amount of clay you have, with the amount of time you have to do 4, totally fine. It's fine. Okay? Do 4. If you want to do, 1 a month, do 1 a month. No, there are no rules about that. You can post your cane if you want. You don't need to. The goal would be for everybody to be posting so we can all kind of get inspired and stuff. But if you're not comfortable with it, don't post it. Just challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to make something. So you can participate some, all, none. You know what I mean? You can participate every week or no weeks. It's fine. You can make any type of cane, a flower, a leaf, a scene, an animal, whatever type of cane your heart fancies. Make a cane you've never tried before just because you want to challenge yourself. Make a cane because you're going to need it in a project. Most of my canes that I'm going to make, I probably will show. But again, it's not the goal of me make a cane and then the next week everybody does that damn cane. I might not even post them for weeks after maybe because I don't want to see 50 of the same cane. That's not inspiring me to see 50 of my own flowers. You know what I mean? Like, So anyways, I think that's it. So if you have any questions, I'll say, hey, go to this, under this, when I post a link on my page. Sorry, I thought my nail was chipping. So I'll post this link to this video on my page. Under there, watch it. And if you have any questions, write it under there. And then when we get closer to springtime, I mean, it's mid-February, so March or so, I will post a survey and see how long we want to run it, when we want to post our canes, like what day of the week, how many canes we want to make, stuff like that, and see what you guys want to do. And then we'll figure out when we're going to start. So I hope that answered everybody's questions. I hope that kind of cleared everything up to what a cane challenge is, because I want to learn too. I want to grow too, and I want to be inspired too. And if everybody's just copying a cane I did, that's not really fun, for me at least. Yeah, it's great to see. I love to see that you guys, it works for you. I love to see that. But, I also want to learn too. So, and then probably a few weeks before, I'll just do quick with scrap clay. You can make canes out of scrap clay. You don't need to have brand new clay, especially if you're not good at canes. You can make canes with junk brown clay or gray clay. Who cares? It's not the whole point. The point is to grow as an artist yourself, okay? And to have fun and to enjoy and to communicate with other people that are across the country or in different countries. That's the point of this, okay? So I'll probably post with some scrap clay, just the basic techniques, because I have not done that. I thought, you know, I know there's tons of videos out there on those basic techniques that I thought it's enough, but people have asked for the basic ones. So I'll post the basic ones, and that way you have something if you need to start and you're not good at them, you can start with those. Um, and that's it. So, love you. I'll talk to you next time, guys.